Okay. So I just want to welcome everybody to the third Bike MS New York City virtual team captain meeting. We appreciate you all taking the time to join us today. I know we've got a bunch of team captains. I see you got Morgan Stanley, EY, we got some vicious cyclers. So really great group in the house tonight. And for if anybody who's joining us for the first time, these are meetings that provide a collective opportunity to inform, learn, and connect with our top fundraisers and recruiters. You are Bike MS team captains. These calls are for you and about you, so please let the staff know if there's any topics you would like to see this season as we rally towards our event on October 17th for Bike MS New York City. So first up, I'm just going to do a little housekeeping with the Microsoft Teams. I know this might be a new platform for some people. So the two most important buttons are the camera and the microphone. You can always stay on camera. We also do recommend, though, when everybody's talking, to just keep your microphone on mute. We'll have a Q&A at the end to pop everybody back up. We do have a chat function that looks like a cartoon bubble, as well as the raise hand function. So if you have any questions that you want to make sure you put in at the time that you're thinking about them, just drop them in the chat. And we will make sure that everybody gets those answered. There is a function that allows you, once the chat is going, to mute your line, just so that if you hear the if you don't want to hear all the dings the whole time. It's one of my favorite features. So we are going to get started, and we're going to go through a recap and updates. So first off, I am very excited to announce that we have a new Bike MS manager who's joining us this evening, Alexis Brown. She's going to wave. She joined us last week, and she will be getting to know many of you very soon. So we're very excited to welcome her. And then now I'm going to hand it over to Rhea to give us some recruitment and fundraising updates.
Thank you. And thank you all for being here tonight. We have a lot of information to get through. But first off, we just want to tell you where we're at in our campaign. In terms of fundraising, we are trending actually ahead of our 2019 numbers, which is amazing, and are on track to hit that $1.7 million goal, which we are sure we will make. We're 55% of our registration goal of 2,000, which is also awesome. We know New York City are always late bloomers, so we're going to get a lot of registrations after September. And don't forget, we'll get into how you can help with recruitment as well in a sec. So as we all know, last week was fundraising week, and drum roll please, we crushed that goal. Our original goal was $20,000. We crushed that, so we made it $40,000. We crushed that, so we made it $60,000, and the final result was $60,064. So thank you. That 59,000 of that money was all from teams. So that's really amazing, and we're so grateful and just so impressed by everyone's amazing fundraising. And on drum roll again, please, because we have some winners of our amazing fundraising week. Team AB Equitable Riders came in first place in the 15 plus category with amazing fundraising. They're more than 50% to their $50,000 goal. So wow. And our very own Team Emotion, our society team, came in first in the 4 to 14 category with more amazing fundraising. They were only $10 shy of ahead of the second place. So it was really impressive fundraising and neck there for a while. And then we had our Facebook challenge, which was to get the most people registered on Facebook. And our friends and family team, Mo Riders, won that prize as well. So just where we stand as far as numbers go, I know that New York City is quite competitive. So as far as recruitment, Morgan Stanley is currently in the lead. Congrats, with 32 riders, which is awesome. Applause, applause, applause. Yes, good job, Christine. And then we have our team Evernorth, which is formerly known as Team Express Scripts, right there in second place with 25. So thank you to all these teams who are killing it in recruitment and really helping get those numbers up. Again, we have 2 more months till this rise. There's plenty more time to grow your team and to get more recruited. So then fundraising, shifting gears a little bit with our fundraising lead. As we already said, AB Equitable killed it last week and have almost $30,000 in fundraising this currently in our season. Capital Ride is right behind them. I think we talked about them last time. That was the Fector family who rode from NYC to DC in about 4 days, and they raised $15,000. So awesome. And again, no one's done, which makes this even more fun because we have 2 more months of awesome fundraising to keep going. So I just want to give an overview of tonight. So thank you again for all our successes. Applause, applause, applause. We are very grateful and impressed with everyone's efforts last week. But tonight we're going to go into some event protocol, some event experience and safety protocol updates. We have a pretty big announcement to make for you, so get excited about our ride. Some experience reminders about event day. And then we have some big dates and deadlines coming up with that mailing deadline and our next fundraising week. We're going to talk you through some bike and safety training stuff, and then some recruitment reminders for what's coming up, and then we'll have some Q&A time for you to ask us questions. So with that, Rachel is ready to make our big event announcement.
Thank you, Rhea. And it's so exciting to hear all of these amazing numbers and all this like hard work that you guys are doing. You guys are doing awesome. You're completely crushing it. And I can't wait to see what you guys do for the rest of the season. So thank you so much for your dedication to help us achieve our goals. So I'm first going to give you guys some event experience and safety updates. So as we were saying, this entire year, the society has been focused on the best practices that fit the situation at the time. We continue to monitor the ever-changing landscape of COVID-19 and the latest guidance from public health agencies to keep our Bike MS community as safe as possible as we pedal towards a world free of MS. Masks are now required for anyone attending a Bike MS event, regardless of vaccination status. This applies to participants, staff, volunteers, and spectators at both indoor and outdoor locations. You do not need to wear a mask when you are riding a bicycle or when eating or drinking. Because of the nature of the pandemic and the ever-changing climate, this might change again before ride weekend. All efforts will take place to make sure that our participants, staff, volunteers, vendors, and sponsors have the most up-to-date information. Currently, no changes are being made in the overall typical event experience that you are accustomed to. However, we are asking anyone with increased risk or that is exhibiting symptoms of COVID-19 to please stay home that day, and continuing to limit your physical contact and with distancing, and we reduce touch points while you're at the event. We will have hand sanitizer throughout the event for extra safety. So just please stay tuned and continue to tune into these calls and also to our website to make sure that you have the most up-to-date information. We will make sure that you are kept up to date on everything, but that is where we currently stand. But as I mentioned, it is an ever-evolving landscape. So I am also now excited to announce our new Finish Line location. We will be at Pier 84 on the West Side Highway between 45th and 46th Street. It will be 100% outdoors, but don't worry, there'll be some tents because you know we're in October and there could be some weather challenges. But I put in that request for that 90-degree day again, so we're going to be hopefully perfect for that. The Finish Line experience will still include lunch served by Bear Burger, a beer garden to hang out with your teammates, and secure on-site bike parking, and much more. Make sure that you tune into our next team captain meeting to get all the details on the start line and layup and the team gathering areas. First, I'm happy to say we are making no changes to our 30-mile route or our rest stop in Inwood Park. It will continue to be traffic-free around the outer edge of Manhattan on the east and west side highways, including a trip through the Battery Park Tunnel at the southern tip of Manhattan, where you can experience all the views of the George Washington Bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge, and other New York landmarks you can only see on this route. This, however, will be our only route we will be offering in 2021. Due to the limitations caused by COVID-19, we are not able to use the Holland Tunnel to access the 50 and the 62.5 routes this year, but we will be making sure that they return in 2022, and we're already in conversations to make that happen. Anyone who is registered for the longer routes will automatically be moved to the 30-mile, but you also have the option to participate as a virtual participant and create your own longer route. We will have a great virtual content to access and some exciting photo challenges that we'll talk about later in the call. Now I'm going to turn it over to Alexis to talk us about team experience.
Thanks, Rachel. We have just a few friendly reminders regarding your team experience ride weekend. So we will be honoring elite team status for both 2020 and 2021 at this year's event. These are teams that have raised over $40,000 or more in 2019 and or 2020. We'll be announcing the perks soon, but there will be a hot breakfast at the pier. And once again, just congratulations to these 8 teams. As many of you know, super teams are teams that raise between $15,000 and $39,999. We had a lot of them, as you can see here. We also will be finalizing the perks soon for these teams. But again, congrats to everyone for making it to super team level. And just a reminder to start thinking about submitting your team jersey for the team jersey contest. We can't wait to see these on the road on October 17th. If you are still in the market to order team jerseys, Primal is proud to be a national sponsor of Bike MS and has donated more than $1.7 million to support the National MS Society's mission through the National Primal Gives Back program. Primal will donate 15% of your Bike MS team's order back to your fundraising. And just make sure to get your orders in early because there is a lot of demand for these fabulous jerseys. I'm going to toss it back to Rhea.
Thanks, Alexis. So moving on, remember, if anybody has any questions or wants to comment at all during the chat, please feel free to put those in the chat, that little bubble on the top of your screen. But I want to make a reminder about our rider number mailing deadline is September 13th. So this is a great way to get your riders, save that trip into the city to get that $200 fundraising minimum met by September 13th. So once that is met, we're going to be mailing, as we do every year, out those jerseys. And especially this year, it does make it a lot easier to not have to worry about going into the city and any of the concerns that might be associated with that. We'll announce more details about packet pickup at our next team captain meeting. Okay, like I said, fundraising week was awesome. So why not have another one? So our next fundraising week, as you know, we always have two. Our second is in September, and it is the week after Labor Day. It was so competitive, especially in the 4 to 14 category. So we're super excited to have this next fundraising week with amazing additional prizes. As of last Monday, I think we had 8 teams who fell in the 15 plus category. And we have 69 teams in that 4 to 14 category. So if you are a new team captain who does not have a full team of 4 plus yet, you have plenty of time to get those teammates registered. And don't forget, we're going to say this multiple times, but August 24th, in 5 days, the fee is increasing. So right now it is $36. It goes up to 51, and 51 sounds a lot more than 36. So get everybody registered now before that fee increases. And of course, remember, we had that code team up that you are free to share with your teammates for that 15% off registration. So yeah, and if anybody is on the cusp of that 15 plus, that is only 8 teams right now. So that is the highest percentage, statistically highest possible win. What am I trying to say? Possible win is greater with only 8 teams. So get your teams into that category of 15 plus. This might be old hat to some of you, but worth repeating, of our top fundraiser incentives. So the top fundraiser, as we all know, is the 1,000 plus category. If you fundraise $1,000 or more, you become a top fundraiser and get awesome perks, including our amazing New York City top fundraiser jersey. Pop quiz, if anybody has the chat open, does anybody know what landmark, New York City landmark, is celebrating their 90th anniversary? Or if you know, just tell me. Nobody knows? Nobody knows. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you. It's the Empire State Building. It turns 90 this year. That was a little teaser about what might be on our jersey. And then another quick question. Does anybody know what anniversary we are celebrating this year? It's in all of our email signatures. If you have been reading our emails, at the very bottom, it says
75.
Yes, thank you, Christine. We are celebrating 75 years. So we're very proud of our 75-year history of this society, making the movement for 75 years. So we're going to incorporate those two things together in our awesome top fundraiser jersey, which you will very, very soon see, we promise. So of course we have those top fundraiser jersey, but there's also some awesome prizes with our Halo, our partner prize company that gives awesome prizes. And my favorite perk, there is your free beer at the finish. So get your teammates excited about that top fundraiser level. And I'm going to pass it back to Alexis for some training tips.
Thanks, Rhea. Okay, so the safety of our cyclists is the #1 priority. Bike MS is for everyone, which means there's a great mix of riders with different experience and skill levels on the road together at every Bike MS event. To help ensure that everyone has a great ride and arrives safely at the finish line, we work hard to create a proactive approach to safety, and we ask that you do your part to ensure your team and New York City is represented in a positive light and that everyone arrives safely at the finish line. Please encourage team members to join us for the safety clinic on October 7th at 7 p.m., sponsored by Trek, who will be providing some of our bike safety demos. If you want to get some more training in addition to your team training rides, or if you have a virtual member looking for training opportunities, Zwift is offering 60-minute heart-pumping training rides to get you ready for New York City Ride Weekend. Complete a training ride and unlock the Bike MS kit, which includes a coveted virtual Bike MS jersey. And additionally, for our new members, encourage them to check out the Bike MS training guide on the website. And everyone should download the new Bike MS app, which will track your miles, complete challenges, and earn badges. Lastly, the new cycling challenges begin September 2nd and are a great way to engage all of your team members in a different way, plus provides another chance to win a fun prize and some added recognition. So rack up those miles, share landmarks, and aim for the top of that leaderboard. And while you're out training hard, share it with us by snapping a selfie and submitting it on the website. You'll be notified by email and in the app with each challenge week when each challenge week kicks off. So don't forget to download that app. And if you complete all 4 weeks of the challenge, you'll win the tire iron you see on the screen, and you can be entered to win the Garmin Edge 130S watch as a grand prize. For more details and to enter, visit the challenge photos page of the Bike MS New York City website. And I'm going to toss it to Rhea.
Thank you. So moving on, we talked a little bit for a hot second about recruitment, but I'm going to reiterate again about some ideas for recruitment. So we know that New York City is typically a little bit late to the game as far as Bike MS goes, and everybody kind of gets their fundraising and their recruitment started in September. So we are 12 days away from September. So to get some ideas about recruitment going in your head, let's start with the social media. As we all know, I've said so many times that statistically, people that put their fundraiser on Facebook raise 4 times the minimum. That's $850, 4 times the min, which is amazing and makes it really easy. And so for people who are hesitant to fundraise and are kind of uncomfortable making the ask, putting it up on Facebook, they don't have to ask. Facebook asks for them. So makes it nice and easy. Also share why you ride. It's really great when people see your why. We always say that's the motivation behind fundraising is the why. So share your why. Why do you ride? Why is this important to you? Another fun idea is challenge each teammate to bring in one member, a sister, a brother, a best friend, their mom. If everyone brought in one member, you would double your team. So a fun way to get your teammates to recruit for you. And then you can also make sure to remind everyone about that fee increase. Like I said, it is going from 36 to 51, which is really only a $15 jump, but it sounds a lot like it's a lot more. So just mentally, it's definitely better to go for that 36. And with that team up code that you see on your screen, team up, you can get that 15% off, which takes it to like just above 30. So not too shabby. And of course, unlimited biking is there on ride day. So if not having a bike is a barrier to someone, that's no longer a barrier. Unlimited biking has those amazingly beautiful Cannondales that we all see at that start line that are beautiful and ready to ride. So don't let that be a reason that someone is not going to ride this year. Also, we're going to talk a little bit about virtual riding and volunteering. So virtual riding, like I said, is a great option to ride your way. We had such a successful Bike MS Inside Out, and we learned a lot about how to make that a really successful program. We've always had virtual riding, but now it's even more enhanced with our Inside Out platform. So you can ride however you want, whatever is the way that it makes sense to you. You can ride with the 4-week challenges, the Zwift training rides, and you can log your miles on training day in that Bike MS app. And then on event day, you can, if you are a virtual rider, you can have access to the on-demand opening ceremonies wherever or whenever you choose, which makes it awesome and really fun and extra bonus for those virtual cyclists who can share their photos, #BikeMS, and utilize all those filters and frames in the Bike MS app. So once you recruited all those awesome people, some of them may be newbies. So we do have our new this year. I'm hosting a rookie rider rally for all of our new riders to kind of get them acquainted with Bike MS and things they should know for ride day, what to bring, the course, all kinds of questions they may have. We're gonna have a Q&A session, but also like how to fundraise, tips and safety, all that great stuff that rookies ask in our questions. We're gonna have a special day just for them. So when you do get those rookies and those newbies to recruit to your team, make sure they know about that rookie rider rally on September 1st. And then, like I said, volunteering is a great way to get involved as well. We do, virtual riders can also be volunteers. They can be part of your roster. They can help you fundraise. As I said, virtual riding is free and there is no fundraising minimum. So we love all of our volunteers, and so many of our volunteers are actually on teams and are on our participants. So volunteers can be anybody, family, friends. Maybe your kid needs hours for high school for volunteering. We're happy to accommodate all of that. And then also don't forget to check in with your company and see if they have any kind of volunteering through grant or programs that you can help your fundraising and double with matching programs. So after all that information, I'm going to toss it back to Rachel to tell us what's next.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Alexis, for giving us such a thorough recap of everything we have going on and coming up. So what's next? Well, we are in the final countdown. So the summer flew by, and I mean, I keep hearing September and I'm like, oh my gosh, where did the summer go? So that being said, October 17th will be here before you know it. In fact, it is 8 weeks and 2 days away. So I cannot believe how quickly it is coming up. So basically we are less than 2 months from Bike MS New York City. So as we mentioned, our next team captain call is going to be a big one. So we are going to be going through all of the start line details, the packet pickup information. We're going to be showing you all the exciting prizes you can win from Halo, as well as giving you all the ride day prep tools to get your team ready for an amazing ride on October 17th. So we've got a few dates for you to stick on your calendar that we've mentioned. The October 24th fee increase from 36 to 51, the September 2nd cycling challenge start date. Our next fundraising week, which also dovetails into the packet mailing deadline to encourage people to hit that $200 minimum. So next up, I would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. So we do have our national sponsors of Primal and Left Hand, as well as our national Club K sponsor, Janssen. We also have our great local gold sponsors. So we have Bear Burger, AM Trust Financial, Oz Moving, and Point B. So thank you for all of your support that you provide us throughout the year and for our event. So now we're going to open up the floor to questions. I know we've just given a ton of information, and yes, the team up code is there again, just in case you missed it when Ray mentioned it throughout the event. But we are.
Rachel, I just want to say real fast that who was it? I think Frank asked about the virtual riders getting a packet. So they will not get a packet as a virtual rider. You are able to participate on all the fun stuff on Ride Day with the on-demand that we're going to host similar to Inside Out, but it is not a true, like there is no packet for virtual riders. Celeste, I love your jersey. So feel free to ask us any questions in the chat or pop up on camera and unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm actually going to take down the slideshow just so we have like a little more room on the screen, because I know it's gets to be quite a few.
Quick question about masks.
Yes.
You know those, I forget what you're, like a neck gaiter type of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Are those acceptable?
So if they're snugly fitting, yes. You can't wear a bandana or anything where it's exposed underneath. So you can't just tie a bandana on. It has to be a snug fitting gaiter. It can't be anything that's loose. Also, one great thing about Primal that I do want to mention, if you are getting kit, you can get a matching gaiter or a mask that has an N95 insert filter, as well as the cage that holds it away from your face. There's a couple teams that are opting for the full kit with the masks and the gaiters, so they do have those as options too if you want to get team custom ones.
Can you just buy those separately, the gaiters separately?
Yep, they have a whole section. They have ones that say Bike MS if that's an interest, but they also have a whole section of ones that are just fun designs.
Okay, and that's on their website, I guess?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Oh, I love it when we're so thorough that people don't ask.
So I don't have a question, but just a statement. So I've volunteered and team captain and been a rider. So, I mean, I just think that just don't be afraid to ask. We have a bigger team. We're doing 2 bike rides, but literally, to Ray, I think Rhea said it. If you literally like 2 days before when the change to the price goes up, we literally did that and we grew by 15 members on our team just by saying that the cost is going to change by blah 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 date. So I recommend you just hit it like that and give people an incentive to do that, just in a mass email to try to encourage people to sign
Money
up.
is a great incentive.
Mhm.
People love saving money.
Yeah, it definitely is a good one. And we you're 100% right. That's when we definitely see our spikes in the sign up. So we had about 300 plus that registered on the last one for the fee increase. And we have already seen the acceleration happening over the next couple of days. So I know many of the unregistered writers have gotten an email from Alexis in the last 24 hours. So she's been a very, very busy girl getting everything done. So, but it is a great, it is a great motivator because, it's like, it kind of in the beginning, the prices are really low. And then once we hit that like $51, it's like, oh, that one sounds a little high. So.
Do you know how much bike rentals are in the city?
They range based on the type of bike that you're interested in. So I know the hybrid models start in the 70s. All the rentals do include a helmet and a bike bag, and we will have that start finish line drop off pickup. So you don't even have to worry about picking it up in advance. It'll be there right for you once you fill out the size survey. But they start at about 70, and then for the higher end models, you can go up to about 120. We also have tandem bikes if you're feeling very daring and you want to do a tandem ride. So we do have people that do ride those too. So we do have
Their lowest end is really high end. Like their cheapest bike is like a nice Cannondale. So like you're paying $70 for a really nice bike. So
Awesome.
Yeah, we actually have a lot of people that what they would do is they would actually try out the really high end ones for the day rental to see if they liked them, and then to when they were in the market for a new bike, actually the guys on the Capitol ride, they actually rented from Unlimited because we have a special discount code that if you want to go out and do a training ride is 20% off. And they were very happy with it. They did put the seating pads on because they were riding over 300 miles, but can't blame anyone for that. Anybody else have any questions? Any great tips like how Celeste gave us with the fee increase? We're okay.
Okay then.
Rachel, did we mention matching gifts? I almost forgot to remember that. Did we mention corporate matching gifts for people? Just remind them to do the matching gifts again. Like, it's huge.
Yeah, it's a huge impact to you, especially I've seen your team. You've been really good with it. Yes, we do have the matching program. And then also when your donors do get their email receipt, a new feature in the email receipt is we can take you to our matching gift portal. So that actually will tell you if your company does have matching gifts, and also a lot of times what the information is in order to do them with hyperlinks. Also, when you do see that, since that is a national platform that we're using, if you notice any discrepancies in your company policy or it's not taking you to the right link, let us know and we will immediately get that updated so that you have the correct information. It also provides you, if there are volunteer matching programs, how Rhea had mentioned in the volunteer matching program, just to put it in perspective, we do have a couple teams where they have $5,000 riders where all of their funds that they raise is from their volunteer hours. So those programs are very, very effective. But yeah, matching is a phenomenal way to really get your gifts in. And also let us know when you have those coming in, because what we'll do is we'll make sure that that's on your account as basically we know it's coming. So it'll come through and it'll have like a little note that we know it's coming, because matching gifts come through at all different times of the year, depending on the employer. Some employers send once a year, some employers send quarterly. Everybody's a little bit different. But with that mark in there, we're able to, pre-credit your dollars. So when we're coming up to rankings, when we're coming up to the fundraising minimum, we know you've already done that and we're taking that into account for you.
Hey, Rachel, I do have one question. I'm going to continue with the virtual theme.
Okay.
Thinking about physical riding and the $200 minimum for the avoidance of a packet pickup, is there a minimum for the virtual riders? Not that I'll advertise that there isn't, but presumably there isn't.
There is not. So
Good.
there is.
And I won't make that public. I'll just keep it on the down low and still push for the 200 if you want to ride, but got it. It's okay.
Yeah, and we do actually encourage, like, so some teams, I know, I believe you're ordering some new jerseys this year, Frank. So we do encourage, like, if you have jerseys and incentives that your employer is offering, consider, recommending to your team of like, we'd really love you to hit the fundraising minimum. And one of the perks of hitting the fundraising minimum is you will get your jersey, so that it ensures your team. But no, those virtual riders, really great opportunity. It's no registration fee and also no fundraising minimum.
Got it. No, we're using that because we are global and obviously national beyond that. So I've got some folks on the West Coast who are going to be virtually riding. I just don't want to push too hard. I'm just be thankful that they're going to be a part of it via registration and whatever they raise. But we'll just keep pushing the 200 and the free jerseys for anyone who's in New York City.
And they actually get all the prizes, even if they're virtual. So they can win the New York jersey, they can win all the Halo prizes, they can qualify for our E200 club and maybe fly in the next year, to join you.
Great, thank you.
Okay,
I think we covered everything.
I hope so.
Well, feel free to email us with any questions you have. I'm sure you've got many emails from us if you have our email information. So that won't be an issue. So if anyone has any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We will continue to answer them, and we'll be sending a recap at this recording as well to everyone.
Yep, and if anybody needs anything, we're happy to help you every step of the way.
Thanks so much.
Thank you
Thanks, everyone.
guys.
Have a great night.
Have a good night.
Night.
Bye.